Alright, I'm gonna make a quick, I've been racing with the Bugatti on Daily Race C. I feel like the top 10, I have a top 500 time right now, was like 514th or something like that. Somewhere around there. And I think, and trying to improve. I got maybe a high 131 in me, like a 131.9, 131.8, if I could put together what I'm capable of doing. This is more for my driving style. I don't know. I think the driving styles in the top 10, I haven't found one yet that really suits me. But like this, I can't just brake sideways and chuck it in. I can't just do what they do and apply a bunch of brake bias and slam on the brakes, twist the car sideways, and chuck it over a curb. I'm not there yet. I just got my first ever direct drive wheel, my first experience with it. This is my second week. So, I'm sure this is a conservative, sorry to keep talking, but this is a conservative, you know, very quick B/A, low A level driver lap that's conservative that I think you should be able to pull off. I'm braking right around here, a little bit before that 100 board. The top 100 they do not use ABS. The only assist I have on is ABS weak. It is not on default. It is ABS weak, but it is not off. Maybe one day I can get there. Like I said, I've never even tried direct drive until last week when I bought a Logitech G Pro. So my settings might not be right. I'm just learning. I don't watch a million videos and copy what everyone does. I just fucking figure shit out. But anyway, I'm braking around here. The number one driver in the world is braking at the 100 board without ABS. I can't do that. So yeah, we carry through here. He does leave it in second and chuck it hard over this curb. But you have to make sure you hit the apex, the second apex, or you're going to go wide whenever you start to apply the gas in second gear. If you leave it in first, you can search the front end a little bit easier over the curbs, but you're going to struggle to get the power down properly. I'm going to start braking right around here. It's pretty much a little bit after the service road on the ground, a little bit after the service road patch on the ground. Between the service road patch and this 100 board, pretty much as soon as that service patch leaves my screen on the right hand side, I'm going to start to apply the brakes here. Again, they're applying brakes a little bit later, and I'm just being honest. Like they're turning in right here. They're applying brakes a little bit later than me, the top 10 times. If you're trying to search for, I'm trying to help people that are looking for a conservative but fast time, where you might be able to do this in the race. Those top 10 times, I couldn't imagine trying to pull that off during a race. So anyway, they're braking a little bit later than the closer to that 100 board. They're going down to second. Excuse me, I'm sorry. In the first chicane, they don't go down to first. They stay in second to carry the speed. On this chicane, they're staying in third, turning in right here at the start of this next curb, on our right hand side on the ground, and they are almost not sideways, but they're close to. They have a crazy slip angle over this curb. Like me, I can't stop getting penalties. I don't know how this dude stayed in third, chucked it sideways, and went over this curb and had two wheels on the circuit. I don't know. I might have to go back and check it frame by frame, but this is about as good as I can get it, without risking getting track limit penalties. Show it to you again. I go down to second so I can turn without using the brakes. This is where you want to start applying the brakes. You want to be past that board. Keep driving straight. Keep driving straight out in fourth gear. Lift a small dab of the brakes. I'm talking real small, right around there. That's about as much as you need. Okay, it's not much. You see, maybe I go halfway, not even, and you want to start turning in. It's tough to say. It really is. It's hard to explain this. I never really did like a track guide before for anyone. So like, again, this is where I'm starting. You can see I'm starting to apply brakes right around here, right before that 50 board. You can do it later if you want, but then your turning has to be absolutely fucking perfect. Remember, this is a conservative but fast track guide. This is something I think you can do this in the race. I don't think you'll have a problem and mess up too many times. I brake a little bit earlier than that 50 board. I'm normally in fifth. I will drop to fourth. Very small touch of the brakes again. Half brakes, maybe. Maybe it goes a little bit higher than that, but it is not a full brake depression. It is very, very light brakes, half brakes, just a dab, and you're gonna want to turn in. You want to touch that curb, and you want to be right back on throttle. We'll show you the whole sequence again. There's the whole sequence again. Okay. A little past the service board. Second, back to third to apply throttle and hang over those curbs as best you can. Again, drive straight out. Little dab of brakes after that 50 board, turn in. Again, down the fourth, small dab, half dab of the brakes, turn in, back on the throttle. You have to. Every time you lift, every time you press the brakes too hard, you're losing tenths, I promise you. Again, they're taking this completely differently than me. The number one, I watched the number one time in the world, and I can't duplicate what he's doing. I can try, but it's so inconsistent. I almost always get a penalty at one of the chicanes. Well, maybe one day I'll be able to put it all together. Like I said, this is, this is my second week on direct drive, so we'll see. Again, a little bit past the service board. You see, I'm off gas now. I'm about to hit the brakes. I go down. The number one drivers are staying in fifth. They're braking very late. It's a very small braking section. They go down to fifth, and they chuck it so hard over these track limits. It's go watch the number one time in the world, and you'll go, okay, yeah, I want to see you do that in the race for 11 laps in a row. I don't think you're gonna fucking do that. But he's time attacking, obviously. So, in the race, I'm gonna go. This is more of a race lap. I'm going a little bit past the service road on the right. I'm going down to fourth. I'm going down to fourth, and I'm gonna turn in a little bit late. I'm gonna turn in a little bit later than they're turning in. As you can see, I'm already back on throttle. Like, I'm gonna lift again, but like, I don't think I do. As you can see right here, I am back on throttle. Like, there ain't no getting around it, guys. You gotta be brave. You just gotta be right back on that throttle. I don't think I lift the whole rest of the way through here. I think I'm on throttle the whole way through. Yeah, I don't lift the whole rest of the way through. You can steer your way out of that chicane. The Ascari chicane can get steered out of while you're on wide open throttle in multiple different lines. But yeah. Fourth, turn in, right back on that throttle. So I'm compromising. Instead of braking late, staying in a higher gear, and hoping I stay in track limits, I'm braking, going down to fourth, turning in, and getting back on throttle as early as possible. Again, we're gonna brake right around here, between the 50 and 100. They're going, again, the number one drivers are going later. Turn in. You want to be back on throttle right around here, a little bit earlier than that pole. So this pole right here, that pole right there on your right hand side. Basically, once I see that pole, I better be back on throttle. If I'm not on throttle, if I'm not touching this inside curb and back on throttle, whenever I see that light, then I fucked up. Sometimes you have to play with the throttle a little bit. Just do those 90% lifts, 90% lift, real small 90% lifts. If you find yourself understeering and going out towards that outer barrier, towards that outer track limit, just lift from 100% to 90%, and you should be able to wrangle it out. I'm not going to stop it this time. I'm just going to let the lap go. Believe me, they're going much faster through these chicanes. It's just, if you want a good fast lap in the Bugatti, and you can do these laps in the race. I mean, I won the race today with a gigantic train of R18s behind me. Got pole position with this lap time, and like I said, middle of the road B lobby, middle to high B, low A. This is a decent time for that level driver. and you'll be able to do these laps in the race, and that's the big difference. I can go copy them and try my best to knock it. I don't know, even doing it this way, even doing this conservative lap, I have a couple more tenths easily with still staying conservative. It's just I'm fighting every little tiny track limit, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass. I'm just kind of bored. Just over it. I've been doing it for hours. Started the first race, got pole position, got a 2.5 second lead in lap 1, and then fucking absolutely dumped the car because I touched the green and spun. Recovered, still got on podium. I wrecked, got a 1.5 second penalty, still came back and got P3. And then I immediately started one again, got pole position again, but that time I never relinquished the lead, and that was the end of it, just start to finish in P1. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is, I don't know, I think it's not a bad lap time. Right now it's like, it was like number 414, then I went back and looked, it was like 427th best in the world. So it should be a top 500 time, at least for today on Wednesday. It might change, we'll see. But yeah, I beat my heroes. I'm like faster with Tichney's. I'm friends with YouTube Tichney's account, like his British account that he does his like lap guides with and stuff. So I get to see at least, you know, one of his lap times that are pretty decent. But it might not be representative of what he does in the actual races, and what he does, you know, hot lap on his main account, I don't know. But I was very happy to be like 6/10 in front of his YouTube account. Which is YouTube Tichney instead of TCR Tichney or whatever his racing team is. It's not TCR. What is he? I can't remember. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Anyway, good luck with this. It's a fun race though. I like it. Yeah, the only reason I felt like posting it was because I felt like going any faster really risks the track limits, and it risks doing those laps in the race. So I don't know, I just felt like this might help someone that's looking for a fast lap that's still a little bit conservative, and something that maybe someone that's more of a beginner level like me is able to duplicate and do. I don't know, but or maybe I'm a piece of shit and I should have never even wasted my time. Fuck you, fuck you.